Yeah, so that's why Australia and New Zealand are actually my favorite. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, you guys caught me. Hello, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. I am your host guide and travel agent for the next 2 weeks of daily creative challenges. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be a great time. A very special welcome to all of our friends in Australia, in New Zealand, some friends from Tasmania. Of course, our friend Steve Festus Casaboom is here. It's so great to see you all. Go ahead and in chat, let me know where you were watching from, maybe what time zone you're in. I'm over here in California, Pacific Standard Time, checking in. But over the next 2 weeks, we will be traveling around the world. That's right, we are going on an Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge World Tour. That's a mouthful right there. So, let me introduce myself and then tell you a little bit about what's happening. This is very new for some of you who've never experienced these. So, I'm going to give you the down low and the up top, and we are going to give you all the info that you need to be involved and to hopefully grow and learn some things over the next 2 weeks. So, let's start out here. Hello, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. It is pronounced like a hawk with a rattle. You can just call me Hawk if you want. You can follow along on Behance, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want, right here, hawk.co. That's the place that I will be going live with challenge reviews, with some additional content, if you like, on Behance for you to check in. And hello, Steve. I know, Steve, you are always here, and it's so great to always see you here. Um, and yes, it seems the others are hibernating. That's true. It's just me. So check in, say hi in chat, everyone who's watching. There's a bit of you here, so always great to see you pop in. All right, let's go ahead and talk about what we are doing these next few days. What we're going to be doing is this. We will be going live every single day at this time right now, and we will be doing a new challenge every single day. And hello from Brisbane. Nice. Nice to see you here, Amanda. So we'll be doing a new daily creative challenge every single day, and you can find that at behance.net/challenge/illustrator. I'm going to go ahead and just drop these into chat so that you guys can copy and paste those. You can go to behance.net/challenge/illustrator. It's the place to be, the place to get all the information that you need. So go there, check it out, and what you want to do is you want to click right here. And this is going to be a button that says your name, comma, take the challenge. And so when you click on that button, it will switch over here. But when you click that button, what it does is it will notify you every single day that there is a new challenge happening. Hello, Omar. What's up? A lot of you are just joining. So wherever you are in the world, let me know. Pop it into chat and let me know where you are watching from. And you can get involved again. Behance.net/challenge/illustrator is the place to be. All right, let's go ahead and hop in and talk a little bit about what we'll be doing. Over the next 2 weeks, every single day, we will have a new challenge. And the theme over the next 2 weeks is going to be a world tour. That's right, we're traveling around the world. We'll make a stop in Australia, but we're also going to some other places. So make sure that you tune in every day. Again, right here, behance.net/challenge/illustrator. You also can get involved by joining our community on Discord, bit.ly/AI Discord. That's the place to be to get your challenges reviewed, to join our community, and in general, just to like make some new friends. They're pretty cool people over there. Let's hop over and see what's happening. There we go. So over here on Discord, this is in the challenge tab on the Illustrator, and this is where people are posting their challenges. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to play around, and this is a great place to have these awesome mentors log on, give you feedback, help you level up your design game, and hopefully I will be able to teach you some things so we can all grow together over the next 2 weeks. All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about how we're going to do this. I love to do something that's infotainment, right? I like to give you a lot of information and a lot of entertainment. So we're going to have fun. It's going to get goofy. And here's the takeaway. There are no wrong answers. There's no assignments that you have to do. There's no specific way that you have to follow. I'm going to teach you some concepts and some tips and tricks, and then I want you to explore and create to your potential. Figure out whatever you want to do. It's not wrong. It might be different, but that might be great, right? You might invent and discover something new in your creative process. So as we go through, learn from my mistakes, learn from the things that I am doing right, the things that I'm doing wrong, and let me know what you're learning in our Discord. All right. let's go ahead and hop in. Again, every time that we do these, we have a theme. It helps us pull things together. So our theme this time, drumroll please, that's right, we are going on a world tour. All right, and we're back. We're here. We can't necessarily go on our trip yet. We are starting our world tour, but of course we need to check through customs, make our way through TSA. So there's all kinds of places that we need to go before. I have my handy dandy passport ready to go. So let's check out the destinations that we will be visiting over the next 2 weeks. Now, every day will look a little bit different. Right now, the few days just today, we are actually just doing an intro day. So we're going over what we will be teaching. I will be teaching you something today because you got to learn something when you're tuning in. But the other days we will be doing individual challenges for individual tools. So make sure that you tune in for those. All right, let's hop over and see where we are heading on our world tour. So I'm using something in Illustrator, and if you haven't used Illustrator, it is a vector-based program, which means that you can scale things infinitely. If we want to zoom in here, everything stays crisp and clear. Nothing pixelates like it would in Photoshop. Excuse me, I got hiccups. So what I'm using here is I'm actually have all of our locations blacked out or here blued out, and I'm going to use a blending mode over here in our transparency panel. So by clicking here and changing the blending mode to multiply, we'll see that this blue is then going to multiply with the red. And what that does is think of it as a transparency, right? It's going to make it so that we can look through and the top color becomes a light transparency for the bottom color. So let's find our first location that we are going to tomorrow. Drumroll please, big reveal. That's right, we're starting out in Paris. Our first stop in our world tour will be in Paris. Tomorrow we'll be working on a lesson. We will visit the Moulin Rouge. We will maybe build some landmarks that are very famous using some special tools in Illustrator. But our first stop is going to be in Paris. And like I said, with the multiply, you can see that the blue is interacting only with the color under it, not necessarily with the white, right? So again, you're thinking of it as a gel that you're shining light through, that when you put it over this red, it doesn't interact with the white, it stays the same, but when it hits the red, those two color combinations are multiplied together to create a new color, which is this kind of black gray. So continuing on, and if you have any guesses of where we're going, go ahead and drop them in chat. Let me know where you'd like to go. And I think this is a very special one for a lot of people that are watching. That's right. Next, in 2 days, we will be going to Sydney. We'll be hanging out in Sydney, one of my favorite places in the whole world that I wish I could go right now, but I'll be back soon. We're going to visit Sydney. We are going to have a great time working on building out the Sydney Opera House. So I'll show you some tips and tricks how to use the arc tool and leverage that to build perfect curves as well as complex shapes. And after that, I mean, since we're there, we might as well pop over to Melbourne. And that is going to be a very fun time. We will be visiting and doing some snorkeling there and creating some animals. So maybe a trip to the zoo, maybe a trip to do some snorkeling. We'll be using simple shapes and it will be very, very fun. From there, of course, I need to come back home. So we'll be flying back to the USA to work with some tools and create some simple designs that may have a complex meaning. So continuing on, I believe this is when we start in next week. We will be going from the USA all the way to the other side of the globe and visiting Egypt. Ooh, one of my favorite places that I've ever been. Loved going to Egypt. We'll be able to see the pyramids, we'll check out the Sphinx, and we will do some lessons that help us understand how to leverage simple shapes to make things look a little more clearly communicated. And yes, a bunch of sleepy old bears. Is there beef between like Sydney and Melbourne? I like that. I like that. Let's see where we can take it. So from Egypt, of course, we're just gonna skip right over and hop over to Brazil. We're gonna visit our friends at Carnival and pull out some color schemes using some advanced tools here in Illustrator. And from Brazil, of course, I need to go see a Broadway show. So we're heading to New York. And to give you a little insight on what we'll do on the New York day, we will be building out a beautiful marquee of gorgeous bulbs, and you'll get to see your name in lights, right? Gorgeous. From New York, again, back all the way over the world to India to play around with some colors, some shapes, some patterns. And we'll finish our challenges in Canada. And we will be doing some investigation of some freeform gradients and maybe even figuring out how to make the northern lights glow. Super fun. So yes, I love I love the chat that's happening in there. You guys make me laugh when you're talking over there. So today I want to show you one thing. Of course, this is just our intro day, but I always want you to learn something, right? You're not going to get out of here without learning something. So I'm going to teach you how to use type on a path. Of course, we're going to all these places, but we need a stamp, right? We need a passport stamp. We've got our passport ready to go, but we need to have a stamp to stamp that passport in. So let's hop over here on the side of our artboard. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start with just a circle. I'm going to create like a world to put our type around. And yes, all of you that are in anywhere in Australia, here's the thing. The best thing about Australia is meat pies. Us in the US have no idea about meat pies. They're like, I would eat meat pies literally every meal for the rest of my life. So please have a meat pie and think of me today. So let's go ahead and hop over here. I'm going to grab the ellipse tool it's just L is the hotkey, or over here, grabbing the ellipse tool. And we're going to click and drag. If you hold shift, it's going to make that a perfect circle. If not, it's going to make it a wonky oval. And if you hold shift and alt or option, it's going to make a center circle, which is what we want. We're going to scale that out from the center. And from here, we are going to click on the little arrows, or we're going to hit shift X, and that will invert and increase the stroke here. So what I want to do is I actually want to make a bunch of copies here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy, Command or Control C, and then paste in place. And that's just Command or Control Shift V. And that's going to paste it on top. It's going to paste pretty much exactly where it is. So you'll see if I move this over, there's still our original hiding behind there. Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Please, if you do, like literally take a picture and tag me so I can live vicariously through you, because all I want is a meat pie. All right, so we're going to make this the same color. And what I'm going to do is to create a world, I want those longitude and latitude lines. I'm going to have the ellipse right there. And to drag this, I can drag one side by just clicking and dragging, but if I hold Alt or Option, it will drag both sides in equally, and that's what I want, right? I want to kind of create this world look. This looks like the Eye of Sauron right now, so we're not going to stick with there. Let's do one more copy, and I just copied and pasted it in front there. And again, holding Alt or Option, we're going to scale that down. Now we can kind of play around with these shapes until we have the right... Oh, it's good to me. So that looks like a world to me. So now we've created this little world icon. I'm going to take the pen tool right here, just hitting P, and I'm going to create a line straight through. Boom. And now, there we go. We have a nice little world. Looks good to me. So from here, let's go ahead and put some type on a path. This is one of my favorite tools in Illustrator. Again, we're going to find the center here, and we're going to click holding Alt or Option and Shift, and drag it out, and you'll see that it makes this line. Now, what we want to do is grab the type tool by hitting T, and if you hover over, it'll have a circle. What that means is it's going to type inside the lines. We want it to type on the lines. So we're going to hold Alt or Option, and it will change to this little squiggly. And when you click on that squiggly, we are going to say World Tour, and we're going to make that fairly large right there. So this is in all the wrong places, right? This is not where we want it. And so what we're going to do to start out with is we're going to grab this right here, and this is kind of a handle to show where the center of the type is. And since we're aligned to the center, we want this to be all the way up at the top. So there we go. We are aligned to the center on the top, and we are going to go to Type. We are going to go to Type on a Path and Type on a Path Options. And from there, we can adjust to either the baseline, the ascender, the descender, or the center. So we want to be on the center for that type to be right perfectly on that line, and hit OK. We're going to scale it up just a little bit so that it is not touching. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and scale this up. And you can hit Control or Command T. Oops, that was not the right hotkey. There we go. And change the kerning a little bit. So we want it to be kerned out just a bit right there. All right, and before we leave, of course, we can't necessarily make one for every location, but we do need to start in the airport. So I'm going to go ahead and make one for the airport and make a little badge. So I'm going to make another copy of this, Control C and Control Shift V to paste in place. And you'll see as I drag, now we have another copy. There we go, align it to the center. And we're going to do airport. the airport world tour. So we've made a copy, and now we have two type on a paths. Let's go ahead and just shrink this down just a little bit. There we go. So now we have our world tour. We are starting out in the airport. Looking good. So we've created this, and what's great about type on a path is if we align to the center, right, we can still adjust these, make them bigger, smaller, and it's going to stay centered right there how we want it. Let's actually go ahead and make sure that this is actually centered, because it looks like it might not be. Yeah, got it. All right, cool. So we have this, and I want to add some little circles, some little accents here to make it look like a little bit more of a badge. So I'll hit L, which is the ellipse tool right here, and Control or Command Y. That's going to pop you into outlines mode to where it only shows you the outlines so I can find the path that these are on. So I'm going to put a little circle here. I'm going to drag it back over here, and there we go. So now we have two nice little circles in our badge, and our badge is looking great. So this is what I want you to do today. I want you to build out a badge, and maybe even though you aren't staying at the airport, maybe you're going to visit some other destinations, right? Maybe there's some places down in Australia that I've never heard of that are really, really cool. Let me know. And I think we had somebody in Tasmania. So let's go ahead and do that. Tasmania, I think I spelled that right. Let me know if I didn't. And I want you to create a badge, and then you can come in here and you can literally make your own badge for wherever you are going to be visiting on your daily creative challenges over the next 2 weeks. And we are going to leverage these, right? Instead of just being badges, these are going to be stamps in our passport, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to take one of these. Let's take Tasmania. Why not? And I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to click and drag holding Alt or Option. And again, you want to do that so that you have a live version always saved somewhere over there. Ooh, great sushi. Ooh, yum. So you always want to have a live version over here that you can go back and you can work with. And then here, we are going to select all of this and go to Object, Expand. We're going to hit OK. And now you can see that all of those strokes that were in here have now expanded into being shapes. We're going to use our Pathfinder tool, and our Pathfinder tool basically is like scrapbooking. We can put things together, we can punch things out, we can layer them on top of each other. So what we're going to do is use the Pathfinder, and right here, hit Join. So we hit Join, and now we have our Pathfinder going right there. And we are going to come down right here, and I am going to paste in. I just copied and pasted that badge. There we go, and we scaled it using S or the scale tool. And we'll put it right over here. Let's give it a little tilt so that it looks a little more like a stamp. And from there, we're going to use that callback that we did at the beginning, right? That we were looking at the multiply and how these colors interact with each other. And we're going to use that style to multiply onto the R. So we'll hit here, change the blending mode to multiply, and now we have an awesome little stamp for our travels for the world tour. And Ruth, we missed a little bit. That's all right. The replay will be live and it will be here. And you're just in time for me to do the recap of what we talked about. So today we are doing, over the next 2 weeks, we are doing a world tour. That's right. We are taking off and we are traveling around the world with the lens of learning in Adobe Illustrator. You can find everything that you need at behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Every day there will be a new challenge that will be posted for you. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Starting tomorrow, you can check that out. Check out our files. There we go. So there will be a new challenge every day for you at this page, behance.net/challenge/illustrator. And once you're done with it, you can come over here to bit.ly/AI Discord, and you can join our Discord where a lot of people are putting in their stamps that they have worked on. So that's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to watch this video, or if you did watch this video, to go into Illustrator and play around and create a stamp based on where you would like to visit, right? We obviously created one for Tasmania, we created one for the airport, but if you wanted to, you could create a bunch of these and start overlapping them, right? So maybe we want to go to India, of course, and then maybe we want to go over to Egypt. We can do this. Oops, there we go. And from here, we are going to change this to red. And we'll watch as we multiply this through, it will start to make everything look like it is interacting with that badge below. So I'll change these to red as well. And once everything is red, we can group it all together. I need sound effects. And we can change it to multiply, and now we have an awesome little stamp kind of effect going on with those two overlapping. And yes, there is a test immediately after this stream. Even if you're watching it after the fact, I'm going to find you and I'm going to send you a test. So I want you to do that. Let me know where you're going. Again, your world tour does not have to follow our world tour. You can go anywhere that you want in the world over the next 2 weeks, but there will be a lesson every day teaching you a new tip and trick. Tomorrow, we will be learning about repeat again and transform each tool. So it will be about building something without having to build every single little piece, right? We'll show you how to build one piece to show how to do it, and then it will continue on and just keep going. So it would be really, really fun. Make sure that you tune back in for that. I have the hiccups. I swear every time the camera turns on, my body just explodes. So check that out. These are all the places that we're going. It's going to be a great time. And as always, we will be live every single day at this time, noon Sydney time, as well as 11:30 Pacific time in the morning if you'd like to join us for that stream as well. And don't even need transformer plugs for this trip. That's right. You don't need the converter plugs because we are staying in the comfort of our own homes. And chat, if you have anything that you would like me to teach you over the next 2 weeks during these challenges, let me know. Put it in chat right now, and I will try to incorporate it into our lessons. For a little bit of insight, when we go to Sydney, we are going to be using the ARC tool to build the Sydney Opera House, so that'll be fun. And when we go to Melbourne, we will be creating an animal using simple shapes. So make sure you tune in for those days. It is not tomorrow, but the 2 days after. Set it on your calendars, noon Sydney time. Put it on there, and don't forget, it's going to be so much fun. So thanks so much for joining us. And one more time, just because we have time, you can check out behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Click on this button right here for me, and it will notify you every single day that there is a new challenge that is happening and that is going on. And yes, Callie, this is going to be so much fun. And as always, if you guys are posting and you want to show off your projects, 100%, tag me right here. Tag me on Instagram. Let me know that you are doing them, that you are posting on Behance, that you're doing all the amazing work, because I will be so excited that you are doing it and you are learning along with us. It makes me happy when you're happy, when we're all learning and creating together. Again, there's never any wrong answers here, and I'm excited to see what you will create. It's going to be a good time. Also, if you guys have not signed up, Adobe Max is coming up. And Adobe Max is free. That's right. Adobe Max is free for everyone. It is online. I have 4 sessions. So if you sign up, make sure that you type in my name and pull it up there, and we can hang out throughout the week at Adobe Max. So I will see you there. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you register. Tell your friends, tell your moms, tell literally everyone, and they can check it out. So that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. And Camilla, a little bit late. Yes, maybe. But there is a replay that will happen. So thanks so much for joining us today for our intro today. Tomorrow, we will get into actual lessons. We will start learning some things, and it's going to be a great time. So thanks for joining us today. We will see you next week. And by next week, I mean literally tomorrow, here on the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges. I know, Camilla, I feel so bad that you came in like as I was doing my outro, but thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that you watch the replay. Join us in Discord right here, bit.ly/AI Discord. And I will see you all tomorrow again for yet another lesson of our Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges World Tour. Bye! And yes, please go get a meat pie for me.